Spirit Talk with Julie. Spirit's medium, Julie Simpson, and guests delve into the world of spirit, the faith and the way of life, renewing the movement that brought two worlds together and ancient spiritual beliefs to the forefront of society, proving once and for all there is nothing to fear in talking to spirit. Live in the SOC Radio chat room on spiritualistonline.com, or simply listen in at tunein.com and search for SOC Radio.
And good morning from New Zealand. Slightly late, but we are all here. We hope. It's Julie Sock with Spirit Talks to Julie, and we're doing a little bit of a different show again today. We are launching a brand new whole project with quite a few new people who've come on board at the last minute to join in an amazing idea. We are also celebrating 15 years online of spiritualistonline.com. And for all those listening, and for all those in the chat room who've just gone to the website and automatically clicked chat room and never even realised there's a whole new look to the website, Tracy Cooper, your favourite lady of the prayers, and I have spent the last 2 weeks and the best part of the weekend uploading and changing the whole design for our birthday to make it easier for you guys to surf around the website. I am personally going to miss our globe and goblet setup on the website. We were the only website that was set up to look like a globe on a stand, so I'm going to miss that. But we hope you like the new look. It's a lot easier to surf. Please do check around, and it means that it's now a minimal site, which is going to allow us to add a lot more onto the website that you can interact with. So for myself, and for Tracy, and for Jodie Morrison with us here on the call, I want to say a big thank you for all the work that they've put in over the years. Tracy has been there from day one with us since 2002. Jodie has been with us the last 4 or 5 years, and without Jodie, the Lyceum wouldn't have getting going the last few years. So a big thank you, ladies. Tracy? Jodie?
You're very welcome. Thank you, Julie.
And thank you,
Tracy.
You're welcome, guys. Anytime.
And of course, to the members who keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. We started with, 30 people on the first day, Tracy, writing down members' names and keeping in touch with them, and then we brought the forums in and the MSN message boards. Then years later we went into the website, and they just keep coming and returning and disappearing and coming back, don't they?
Yeah, just a tad like me. I used to do that.
We've all done it, but I've got to say, without the members, it would just be a blank website and an empty chat room with us talking to the walls.
Yeah, it would be.
So a major
so
thing. And to our moderators, to all our guest speakers, to those people who've come and done specials for us, classes, courses, the whole lot, over 15 years. It's been an absolutely amazing service. We hope that you will continue to be with us. I'm going to say for another 15 years, but I'm just thinking of all the work it's going to be involved.
Deep breath. 15 more.
Okay, to everybody in the chat room, hi. To everybody on tunein.com. Thank you for tuning in, for the patience of getting in with us. We've got a special also today to announce to you. We've just done our very, very first live broadcast via the lovely Michelle Lightworker on Facebook to introduce to you the brand new Visions Network that is launching today. A globally inspiring visions empowering spirit. This is a conglomeration, a cooperation, a coalition between many websites all coming together to help spread the word of spirit, of self-development, personal development, health, nutrition, the whole lot. We are going to cover the whole gamut of holistic, natural, spiritual, mental, physical, the whole lot to help you all develop. we have got on board Michelle Lightworker from Lightworker Reflections and Enhanced Conversations. We have got Heather and Janine from the Global Rising Project, which has been an amazing project across the network and Facebook and social media and their website, bringing together many, many people to spread their word of what they do. We have got Destiny from the New Earth, New You Now project and summit, which is again bringing together people at live events and online to help you with everything that you can think of in personal development and communication. We have got, of course, Kelly Kingston from Inspired Living Events, along with Destiny, operating more live events everywhere, helping everybody develop, doing specific projects for women, doing projects for enlightening children, and of course the Man and Woman project. That's going to be fun. We have got Michelle Lightworker with us. We've got Christine Williams trying to get into the call. We're trying to get Christine in the call from the Greatest You Summit, which you've seen all over Facebook. Some amazing live broadcasts from Christine and the Greatest You Summit participants, speakers and project that they're doing. Again, sharing their information and their knowledge for personal development. We have got with us Mr. Stephen Williams, who is a film and author, film producer and author, visionary author, from the new ESP Earth Spirit programs, to talk to you today. I'm going to go hide after all that. I need a breath. We've got Jodie and Tracy with us, of course, from Spiritualists Online Network and Lyceum. And we're doing our best to bring in Heather, who is having a few problems with Skype at the moment, but we'll get there. Okay. Where do I go first? Michelle Lightworker, hello, sweetheart.
Hello, beautiful. It's Enlightened Conversations. We'll have to get you to say it 3 times.
I have done it 1,000 times over the last week. I've written it 1,000 times.
Oh my God.
And I keep going from enhanced to something's got to be enhanced about that website. Let's
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how I like to look at it anyway, sweetie. Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be part of the energy and the collaborative community that I feel is really amazing. It's sort of like, I remember our conversation that we had, let's talk about, backing each other and having each other's back. And
all I wanted from you, Michelle, was your banner to go on my website. And we something different.
I know, it's hilarious. And then we turn up for a conversation and a few, a few minutes later we're thinking about all the people that are wonderful that we work with that would love to kind of, be on board. It's just amazing, isn't it, how spirit works through us when we're open to opening our heart and opening ourselves to community, and we really let it in. And I think that's what we've done. I think, this is, we're all attracting it to each other, like all of us are all at once. So I feel like if we're all part of it, I feel like we're actually sort of tuned into that unity consciousness together enough to be able to welcome everybody else who are also in that energy towards us. And I feel like that's what we're doing. It's the whole law of attraction in action. And there's more than enough to go around. I like to say, I'm going to say it again, there's more than enough to go around, folks. So collaborate and cross-pollinate.
I like that word, cross-pollinate. Yes. What got me about this was all we had to do was ask. And it wasn't a case of, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't. It was a case, let's do this. It wasn't a case of egos getting in. It wasn't a case of, what can I do to promote me? It was, who can I bring in to help them? And they all just teamed in together. And it's not about any one site. It's not about any one person. It is about a conglomeration of, I've lost count. You've got 30. There's one site with 36 speakers. There's one site with 20-something. There's Spiritualists Online Network with another 100 and odd members and that share regularly right through the months. And Inspired Living events touches many people all over the place. Janine and Heather's site have got, it's just bringing in a whole lot of new people and spreading their knowledge and their words. So it's not going to be about any one site, is it?
Oh, no, absolutely. And I feel like we'll all work together. Like everybody who's been on each other's networks will probably go, oh, I like you, I want to work with you. And whenever I bring on a new host for Enlightened Conversations, they're usually their first guest. They go, oh my God, there's some kind of collaboration moving forward into the future with them. It's almost like it feeds itself. You invite someone into the mix and then they have a guest or they have a connection or they meet another host and all of a sudden they're working together. And it's just beautiful to see it. It's like a big farm and it's like we're sowing lots of seeds and they're all sprouting up where they're meant to be sprouting up and supporting each other in the way that they need to be supported. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Great example, I had a new host come on board, Tammy Pike. She's a beautiful lady who does so much to do with her business, Earth Radiance, and she is amazing what she does, right? She's like got all this enthusiasm. She wanted to, get on board and get having conversations with guests that are amazing. And there was this one person, and I'd finished recording my season 2 shows, and I got contacted by Alana Millions, who's actually amazing. She's written an article for Lightworker Advocate magazine. She works with horses for Leading the Way International, and she is incredible. And I'm thinking, Jesus, who could I trust to showcase this woman? And then Spirit said to me, pass her on to Tammy. And I'm like, okay. And little did I know, Tammy has 5 horses. And it's just amazing. I know. And so they're actually then collaborating together, obviously moving forward with a lot of what they're doing. So I feel like we need to trust the process as people in the industry, that when we recommend, and we do actually create more enhanced, if you want, that word keeps coming through to you, Julie, it's like we're creating an enhanced connections, enhanced community of beautiful people that are going to support each other in the way that Spirit wants them to be supported. And we're just allowing it. We're, literally allowing it.
Yep. So from a bright spark idea, me and Yi having a conversation. Tracy and Jodie didn't even have a choice in the matter. They just got roped in. As part of SOC and SOC. They used to me just coming up with bright ideas and saying, right, we're going to do this. And they, right, okay. Okay, we have got with us Janine Savient from... remind me, Janine, sorry.
Global Rising Summit.
I've got so many names going through my head at the moment.
I
Janine,
totally understand. Hi, Julie.
you are one of the ladies that I said, hey, look, we've got this bright idea. Do you fancy sharing?
Well, it felt good to me, even, from our first conversation, it felt good to me to be part of this collaboration. And I'm with the other ladies on here. The power of collaboration is enormous. And so, to come together and to build something, to build a separate energy of the lot of us coming together is exciting, is the way forward. And as Michelle said before, there is enough, if not more than enough, for everybody in every area of existence. So, to stand together and move forward as a force for good, as a force for love, is something that I'm right into.
Yeah, that's what got me about it, because over the years we've found so many mediums, psychics, healers, light workers, whatever, and asked them to work together or even come on a show and join in a collaboration. No, sorry, my manager won't let me do that. Sorry, can't do that. And the step back bit, when it's supposed to be a spiritual, personal development, and if we're not out to spread the word, how are we going to do it if we don't collaborate? It's like getting 6 mediums on a stage, working together, which I've got to say we've done in Spiritualist Online Network for years. Get them all working together, and rather than having one person on, but the collaboration and speaking together we've all got a niche to fill, haven't we? And that's what the beauty of all these sites are. We all fill a little niche that are a little bit different. We might offer the same kind of things, but we do it in a different way. Some offer the live conversations online, some offer the radio shows, some of the personal events, some of the development, the education. Some are purely about the spiritual side, some are about the more personal side of life and just living with what we're coping with in day-to-day life. So tell us about some of the people that have been on your summit.
Oh, sure, Julie. But, just getting back to something you said before about how in the past it's been very difficult to actually get people to come into collaboration together. Well, that's the old paradigm. That's the paradigm of lack, coming from fear, that there's not enough when, we've got 7.8 billion souls in this reality to bring on board, if you like, to connect into their hearts, to light them up from the inside out so they know the beauty of themselves. And so there is absolutely more than enough for everybody when you look at it like that. And the new paradigm is not anything about lack, is not anything about fear. It is about coming together, and also something that you just said before too, about each of us having our niches. That's what brings the power of the heart to it, is that each one of us comes in our own individuality, our own uniqueness, and we sit at the table together and we each pull our strengths. So that's where the empowerment, the self-empowerment and the power is, so the power of love. So on our summit that we've just finished, Julie, we called it Stand Up, Be Seen, Stand Up, Speak Out, Be Seen, and we had 36 speakers on that summit, and what a absolutely amazing experience it was. Every single one of them was so uniquely different, and some of them was the very first time they had ever done anything like this, and for some it took 4 attempts before their courage would allow them to come on to the interview with Heather and me. And they would talk themselves into being sick through it, but the moment they had completed it, to watch them light up because they had done it, because they had the courage to do it, was a gift in itself. It's an absolute beautiful gift in itself. Others had done interviews before, and so they were more ready and knew what to expect, and the stories that were shared and the gifts that came out, and to see a person standing in their truth and saying to the world their knowing of themselves, of who and what they know themselves to be, that takes a lot of courage to say to the world, I know myself to be an extraterrestrial, and my star civilization that I come from is such and such. Now, it's only just a few years ago you would never have heard somebody speak their truth that openly. It was always kept into closed circles behind closed doors, or you may be locked away somewhere. Our mental institutions are filled with the most amazing beings. So I loved it, and I'm so excited about the next one coming up as well. So it's my passion.
When does that one start?
That one starts in June. We're already taking names. We haven't advertised it yet because we wanted to honour all the speakers on the last one, and that only finished on Monday of this week. So we wanted to give that a little resting time, and then we'll start advertising. But already we have 28 seats filled of the 36, and this is before we advertise. So it's really taking off out there. People are loving what they're seeing. The views are amazing on it, and what's happening for the ones that came on also, some of them have just can't thank us enough, and yet we say, well, thank yourself, because you came on here and you told your story and you showcased yourself. We just provided the platform and held them in our love while they did it too, so that they felt comfortable and at ease. So which is a big part of it as well. So yes, the next one's in June, and it'll be 36 speakers again, and it'll run for 3 months. We put a speaker up every second day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday each week. So we're not bombarding them out there, and we give them a chance to have the limelight for a couple of days before the next one goes up.
And in the meantime, between now and June, we're going to be collaborating and swapping some information of those people coming into SOC and going into enlightened conversations. So what we're doing, because I basically came to you with the idea, I hear you've just finished a summit. Do you want to keep the momentum going and give you an outlet for what you're doing while you're taking a break without having to do all the time? I mean, I know you're constantly working with it and developing it for the next one, but giving you this outlet alongside and working with the Visions Coalition would be, it's just giving you another outlet and keeping that link going. And of course, you're going to be swamped with people for the next summit, so those that can't get involved with that, we can point on in the direction of those that are working in other sites that are in the coalition. Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. Absolutely, Julie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry we can't seem to get Heather on the call at the moment, but we'll keep trying. She's having problems with her Skype. She's your techie lady. She does all your conversations and website work and stuff. And I've got to say, she's did an amazing job getting the information out there straight away, doesn't she?
She does an incredible job, because it's up to her for the 3 months to actually render each video and then get it ready to go up. So, I'm the front person, and I run most of the interview, and Heather pops in and out with beautiful little gems during the interview, and I do all the stuff to start with, and drawing the people in and helping them with their bios and getting high resolution photos and things for the advertising. So I do all the front bit, she does all the end bit, and we work brilliantly as a team, so we really honour each other's part in it. So yes, I'm sorry she couldn't come onto the call today either. She's having major Skype problems, so
well, she was on the live show that we just did on Facebook, so if you want to check that out, guys, it's on Facebook. I've just shared it to all our page on Michelle Lightworker's Facebook page. It's on SOC Radio's page, and it will be shared between all of our pages over the next couple of hours.
Fabulous.
Okay, before we lose her again, because she's mobile, she's sitting in a little hostel, I believe, in Hawaii. I want to bring in Cynthia George, also known as Destiny, from her own project. Hi, are you there with us, Destiny?
I certainly am. Thank you for having me.
Hi, sweetheart. Tell us again a little bit more in depth about the projects and the events that you're pulling together.
Okay, so the New Earth, New You Now is a foundation that I channeled through about 3 weeks ago. It's, for me, like the glue to bring all of my projects together, and the glue to collaborate with any and all projects that are about solutions, that are about harmony, that are about love, that are about balance, that are about collaboration, convergence. And it starts off with a summit that's launching this week, giving a little bit of a taste of what's to come. And the first summit is focused primarily on things like communities and people who have got their own sustainable community and eco-villages. It's split up 3 days, first mind, second body. Spirit runs through all of them though, because everything's connected, and we have some amazing speakers. I'm just talking to a couple of the people at New Earth Nation at the moment to see if I can get Sasha Stone as one of the key speakers. One of the beautiful people that will be interviewed on the weekend will be an amazing guy called Stash, who has created and is co-creating the the Global Freedom Fest, which will be global festivals that I'm going to be collaborating with him on, and also helping to spread more freedom around the world. All sorts of different people who are going to be speaking on projects similar to this, speaking on spirituality. We have a guest speaker who is going to be channeling through Abraham Hicks. She is a very powerful channel, so I think she said she's going towards that, so channeling another being to come through. We have also one of our major speakers is Robert Christensen. He's a galactic ambassador, and he communicates directly with the Galactic Federation. So this is just a taste of the types of things that we'll be having on the weekend, and also some other key aspects of the foundation is to co-create with different people all over the world what I'm calling the Great Gatherings, which are get-togethers for visionaries and humanitarians to celebrate and have ceremony, but also come and present what resources they have with their projects, and then come together and collaborate so that we can all help each other, share our resources physically together, and then have a structure through collaboration of the ASC, Awakened Sovereignty Collective, which has a lot of digital forms and programs that can help bring people together and bridge a lot of the old paradigm way of governance and money and ways of voting, and taking it to another level where we can have these physical events and then have everything stored online with accountability, transparency, and being also able to have blueprints shared for communities so that people can get education on how simple it is and how easy it is to be able to set up their own community, whether it be an eco-village or whether it just be having more of that community feeling wherever they're at with the group of people they're connected to. So a collaboration of...
So where can people find out about this summit? Where can they listen in on it or attend it?
All the details are on nenyn.org, or it's also newearthnewunow.org, and all of the details to sign up or to register as a sponsor, a co-creator, or a speaker for either the future summits coming up. There is also a summit next month that is on the divine masculine and feminine rising. So if anybody's interested in either attending or being a speaker, the details will also be on that site.
Excellent. I'm amazed that you're sitting there. You've pulled all this together while on a journey of your own, do your own little world tour, and currently in Hawaii. How you've pulled it all together, I am amazed when you're working with an iPad and a phone and getting it, and let alone doing a website while you're doing it. So I've got to say big kudos to you for pulling all that together in such a short time, and the connections that you've already brought in is pretty amazing. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on with all these amazing people.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us, and please do stick around if you possibly can. I know you're in mobile at the moment, but we will get there if you can stick around. Okay, now I'm conscious about time, and it's getting really, really late for certain people over in the UK. And we have brought on board our own, hopefully, film producer, and who has worked in the past with the BBC and various other projects. He's got his own project coming up very shortly, ESP programming. Mr. Stephen Williams from the UK. Hi there, Steve. How are you doing?
Greetings from Wales. Yes, doing very well, and very interested in what I'm hearing on this channel. It's amazing how things work out. For a number of years, I've been considering the production of a channel which specializes in spiritual subjects, and it's just amazing how things work out, and how you contacted me, and I just assumed it was another interview about my book, but it has given me so much information that I didn't realize was out there, because I'm fairly new to the spiritual world thing. It has all come to me with an incredible dream at started me on my journey of writing the book, and then I semi-retired from the television production industry, but now I'm becoming very hungry for all the information which is out there, and hence the reason I'm setting up a company which will have its own channel eventually, called Earth Spirit Programming, because I think it's needed to educate the public out there into what is available and what it's all about, because over the last few years, things have started to change, and people are now accepting more and more the thing that spirit is there, and I'm hoping just to help that process. Sorry, I've got something trying to pop up on me at the moment. So yeah, it's an exciting time, I think, for all of us, and I'm just fascinated by all your other speakers this evening. Well, sorry, this evening here, but the daytime out there, it gets so confusing. Yeah, but I am managing to keep awake again tonight. So,
tell us a little bit about your book and what brought you into the spiritual awareness side and development, and started your quest on developing your own abilities.
It's been a long journey for me. It all started at the age of 13. It was all brought about by the death of my dog. When I was born, my grandfather, bless him, bought a dog which was born on the same day, and we lived together inseparably for 13 years. And then when he passed, it started this, well, where has he gone? Why isn't he here anymore? And will I see him again? And that sort of stuck with me. And in my teen years, I went through a sequence of events, having out-of-body experiences, having regressions, which at that time I didn't realize what was happening to me. And it was prior to me starting to work for the BBC. And all through my life, I've just had these moments which have awakened my interest. Being a high altitude, high energy cameraman working all over the world, I had a number of near-death experiences, and they prompted further investigations and research into this experience of when you are so close to the point of death and you return, why, what and how. And this was all brought to a head in 1988 when my father died, where I had the most amazing dream. Well, I call it a dream. It was during sleep time, but I am absolutely convinced I was taken on an astro travel. I was taken to a place where I was shown what happens during the death process in one part of the experience, and in the next I was shown what happens in the birth process, the point at which we get our soul. So I saw when we lose our life force, and then in another time I was shown when we get our soul. And this, when I woke up in the morning, I said to my wife, how long have I been asleep for? And she said, well, 6 or 7 hours. And I said, well, I can't possibly, I've got so much information in my head. So she said, go and sit in the office and write it down. Well, I was there for 8 hours, and I wrote 10 A4 sheets back to back with all the information which was given to me in this travel sequence. And that started to form a theory which I've devised called the subatomic soul theory, which explains where everything is and the process of which we go through throughout the cycle of our life and our death and our re-life and our re-death. And that then stimulated my book, which is called The Logic of Heaven. So there you have it in a nutshell.
Nutshell. I mean, oh my God, so much to talk about there. You know, your own experience, and one of the things you said to us when we've been talking about this project is that you're not a medium, you're not a spiritual worker, you're interested in the field, and yet when we've talked and discussed that knowledge that you gained through those experiences, we call claircognizance, which is another way of spirit communication, life communicating with us, as you say, that constant connection we have with our spiritual being or our soul, whatever you want to call it, as Eric would call it, the 60-40 connection, that we're only 60% here, 40% in spirit. So we've always got that self-connection with our original spiritual